Hello, friends. Pancake says hello as well. So I just walked in with like 50 pounds of stuff from Trader Joe's, and it was a much less anxious shopping experience this morning, which was kind of nice. And like I got there at 8:45 and I'm home at 10 o'clock. It's like 0.7 miles from my house. But if I'm going to go on foot, I have like a strategy. I've got my bags ready and I know what to pack where. I know what goes in the backpack. I know the weight distribution. But despite my best efforts, I did get a little bit much for me to carry without extreme having to frame the situation, which is the subject for today. So there's so many fun things you can do with framing. I have not mentioned this explicitly, but I am finishing a second master's degree in behavioral economics in about 9-10 weeks or so. So I've got one more class in this 2-year master's program, and then I finish my thesis and then I'm done. So one of the things that we talk about in behavioral economics is the use of framing. Basically, behavioral economics can be summed up in this one sentence. Traditional economics relies on rational decision-making, rational number-based decisions. Behavioral economics relies on the fact that humans are inherently irrational, but we are patterned in our irrational behavior. And so we can, as behavioral scientists, predict these patterns of irrational behavior to help sort of predict what choices we want to make. So these, this has nefarious applications, things like marketing and buying things that like maybe people shouldn't be buying. But it also has fantastic applications as far as framing, like education for dissemination, framing one's own mindset in making decisions, framing one's own what we call choice architecture or their surroundings in order to make the choices each and every day that will lead to you achieving your goals and leading the life that you want to lead. So here I am walking with this ridiculous amount of groceries. Like I'm gonna have like marks on my shoulders, as you'll see, for a while, but that's okay because my gym is closed. And so I thought to myself, this is my opportunity to do my weightlifting workout. So I would sort of like shift the bag so that my biceps were working more. And then I would like really focus on driving through my legs, and I'd focus on my breathing. And this, takes me like 15 minutes maybe to walk home, like 0.7 miles with that load in my hands, in my arms and my back. And it is tough. People like stare at me like, oh my gosh, what is this like, stick figure person doing with these big heavy bags? No, so I framed it. Okay, I framed it as a workout. If I framed it as an arduous task, then it would have been arduous. It would have been hard. It would have been like a slog. But I framed it as my workout. And so reframing things when you're talking to others actually helps like create a better communication. It helps like win arguments. So there's this book called Thank You for Arguing that I absolutely love. Now, an argument is not a bad thing. A fight is a bad thing. An argument is a presentation of perspectives. So if you really want to win your argument, then there are certain framing techniques that you can use. There are certain tenses that you can put things in. You have to choose past tense, future tense, present tense, how you're going to frame your argument to get what you want. In writing, we refer to this as like tone, syntax, and sort of like construction of an argument on paper. So let's see, I was trying to think of like one more. Oh, well, so like in real life, right, you have a picture and you want to frame it. The choice of frame like changes like dramatically the way that the picture is perceived. If you put it in like a really fancy frame, then it like is more meaningful to you. If you put it in like a bright, colorful frame, maybe it's like a more fun picture or it stands out more on your wall. So the frame that you choose for your mindset and the frame that you choose for your communication with others sort of help shape the way that your day goes and that your interactions go with others. Something as simple as, and then I'll shut up. I said something about like, oh yeah, it's like it's nice weather right now. And one of my friends says, yeah, but I think it's gonna rain all next week. And I said, so it sounds like a pretty pessimistic attitude to, I'm hearing from you. And she's, well, no, I mean, I was just looking at the weather and I was just saying that it was going to be bad weather this week. So can you imagine what kind of frame she has in her mind about like waiting for the future of the weather that didn't come yet versus my frame of like, oh, it's nice outside right now. Like I can control my mindset about that, given that I have no control over the weather whatsoever. I also, in framing the grocery store experience, framing it as a mission and being ultimately so grateful that I have groceries that I can like go get this food and nourish myself. So practice this throughout your day to day, frame your day, schedule your day around the way that you want to feel about it, the way that you want to create action, create missions for yourself. And when you next talk to somebody else, consider the way you are framing that argument, framing that interaction, so that both people feel good about it after they're done. Have a great day. See you next time.